So welcome everyone, I'm Adam Khoo, and it's my pleasure to introduce my next guest, Mutahir, who is one of our students at the Piranha Profits courses. He took the courses back in 2018, if I'm not wrong, right?
That's correct.
And he took the investing courses, the trading courses, the options courses. And Mutahir is in the IT industry. And he's also very active trader and one of the very active contributors in our Telegram community. So I thank him very much for taking his time to be here to share with us his investment and trading journey.
Thank you, Adam. Thanks for the nice intro, and it's a pleasure.
Thank you. And Mutahir, I read earlier that you started investing back in 2015, 2014. So how did you get started, and what was your experience when you first started?
Sure. Had a degree in business. So one of the professors was an investment manager. And he used to always talk about these companies and a little bit about, valuations and how they they become these behemoths over a period of time. But so that's where the interest started in all of this. But there was no direction as such on how you can do that. So I had tried a few things, started following a few people, but there was always piecemeal information that I would get, a little bit from here, a little bit from there. Read a lot of books on technical analysis, and that's where my core strengths were. But then again, I was missing a lot on the fundamental analysis piece and how the markets have always been progressing, getting higher than before, and that you can build wealth over time by investing in these valuable, fundamentally valuable companies. Now, that is the piece that was missing. And when I started, following you, it was just by chance. Because when you're trying to seek and discover something for yourself, sometimes God sends you someone to it as a savior, and you seem to be my savior angel over there, because I started following you and it started making a lot of sense. Because prior to that, when I was investing, I followed some of the pretty well-known investment gurus in the US as well, who have written a lot of books and stuff like that. They have their own programs, but it was always half information or pieces of information, never the whole story. So, and that's why I never was consistently profitable. So that journey had, as I said, was always a very frustrating journey, because you said, what, one day I'm making money, the other day I'm losing money.
And it's like going in circles, right?
Yeah. And the cycle never stops. So is there no way to really make money or build generational wealth, for yourself? And that's when I went into a process of discovery, and I found you on internet along with other people, but you made the most impact and most sense to me. I'm a very sensible guy, rationalize things, pretty much. And, it kind of, met my wavelength in a way of, what you're talking about makes a lot of sense. And I said, what, because I've always been very skeptical, because I've followed people in the past, and they usually project only their successes, but never their failures. So they're advertised as always success. So like, for example, in options, I followed another sort of a guru, and it was never explained in a way that you understood the fundamentals right. But again, as I said, it was not successful, and I did not have a complete grasp of options as well. Neither stocks, of course, neither options, and said, what, maybe this is so complicated, and it's not even for me. Maybe I'm not built for it. My brain is not built for it. But after I did once I discovered your courses, and I think there was some kind of a deal going on at that time, so there was a discount on all the courses. Yeah. And I said, what, I'm going to take them all. Yeah, because So I took the value momentum investing course. I took the options or the stock trading one, and then I just started with the VMI and tried to understand, how this whole fundamental analysis works. How do you value those companies? Because I never knew anything about it. So that helped me allocate my funds into all these great companies now. And once I did that and I saw them grow over a period of time, I'm learning more and more. And I say, hang on a second. Now, I'm done with this. What next? Because once you've invested, you're done. So what next? And then, I said, okay, let me start doing the options course now, which I had bought, but 7-8 months had passed. I had not touched it. I started reading up on that. And for the first time in my life, I actually started understanding options.
Great.
First time in my life, because I had tried, failed. And I said, you know what? Let me give it my last shot, and that's the best thing about your courses, Adam, and of course the way you teach, your teaching style. I found that you have that amazing skill of making a subject which is really complex, and then putting it into a format which even a layman can understand. And that's what helped me understand options for the very first time in my life. And once I started actually trading with the options bit, the compounding of wealth became enormous. I mean, I understood how you like to be on the seller side on options, and how it works at the time and everything works in your favor. And I said, let me try that. So bull put strategies became one of my favorites. Cash secured puts, loved them.
No brainer, man. No brainer.
Yeah, exactly. So I started making a lot of money from that. I said, that's really good. It's always good to be on the on the seller side, because on the buy side, it's a 50-50, flip a coin. Yeah. That's how I started developing my option strategies.
And you have been posting really impressive profit results on the chat group and getting everyone salivating. They're like, how does Mutahir do it, right? It's like almost every week you're showing your profits and and everyone's getting inspired by you. So I think you have single-handedly inspired a lot of people in the community from your results. And you said to them that, hey, you are new to this. It's something that you just learned less than a year ago.
Yeah. Absolutely. Many of the people actually thought that I've been here for many years. I'm like a senior in trading and all of this. And I said, you know what? I'm not actually. It's been only a year, perhaps, that I started trading options, because before that was all investment. But if you put your mind to it, and if you really, kind of deep dive into it and take heed from all those lessons, and are not scared to experiment and try those different strategies, then you can definitely have a lot of success. And it's been an exciting journey. I mean, the amount of course, success I've had is, thanks to you and Bang, and of course the community that I've supported so much. I just loved it, and I think this is one of the most amazing things that has happened, a transformational journey for me in my life and my financial future. You really taught me how to fish, and as I said, I can't be grateful enough for what knowledge has been imparted to me, because one thing's for sure: once people have mastered these skills of value investing with options trading, then money does not become a worry of life in future for you. That's for sure. I was kicking myself in the back. Why didn't I discover this, 10 years back? I'm like in my, 40s, probably around your age, 47, 40. I said, if I had discovered this 10, 15 years back, wow, where would I be today? Financially.
Never too late, man.
Yeah, never too late. I'm so grateful. No, certainly.
So currently you are doing both investing and trading, right?
Yeah.
I would presume. And would you say that what percentage of your portfolio is just investments and what percentage you just doing active trading?
So essentially, pretty much all my capital is tied up in investment.
Okay.
Now, but of course, I do keep a portion of it in for trading. Now, it might sound a little risky, but because I have a sizable capital investment, I
Yeah.
have a sizable margin which is allocated to me as well. And
Mm.
because I have really, really awesome companies in my fundamental, portfolio and my long-term investments,
Yep.
so that remains a pretty steady portfolio to work with. And in all honesty, all that money that I've made has just been through the margin from the broker. I know it's not advisable,
Yeah.
but that's what has become a money wheel for me.
Yeah.
So for example, this year I've created almost more than $100,000 in just trading, from options and swing trading, and I've used that capital then to fund my long-term investments as well. So buy more stocks.
Yeah.
Previously, I had to save from my job's income and then, push that into my account and then to buy more stocks. But this has become like God's wheel of money.
Yeah.
So
You generate profits from your trading and you use
Yes.
those profits and you invest in companies
Exactly.
in the long run.
Into the long term. And as those companies go up in value, so does your entire portfolio, and so does your, the margin and everything else. And then you have now more money in access. So of course I have to be very smart about this and not let it get to my head.
Yeah. Yeah.
Always use that margin of safety. So, I have certain rules that I'm not going to exceed a certain amount of, the leverage that I take or the margin that I take. But of course, when I started off, it was 80 to 90%, long-term investment and just 10% that, and then I figured out I can use that by having, by using some of their margin as well. But yeah, I mean, it's been phenomenal since then.
And you managed to get over 60% return on capital in the last 12 months, or is it about that?
Yes, actually, you know what? It is actually more than that, because it was actually more than 100%. And the reason being why it just shows 60 is because I had moved some of my funds from another account. I was never an interactive broker before. I used another broker platform. So I had to move capital from there into interactive brokers. So some of those numbers got, kind of wobbly. But if I look at it over the years, it was more than 100% actually. And that was, which is mind-boggling.
Yeah. You beat the ass out of the market.
Yeah, and I could never thought, because whenever you read the literature, you say, even on online, the best hedge fund manager can never beat the S&P 500. And when I was beating the heck out of this, and so many other students were beating the heck out of this, and I said, hang on a second, who writes this nonsense?
Who writes this nonsense? Yeah.
I mean, they really are brainwashing people to assume that you can never beat the market or never do better than the hedge funds that people give their monies to.
That's the myth that they propagate, right? That, you as an average investor, what chance do you have? You don't have their degrees and their supercomputers, but now that you've done it yourself, you know that anyone can do this, right?
Any person can do this. It's no rocket science. These are the basic principles. You get a lot of skepticism from people that say, well, if it was so easy, everybody would be a millionaire and this and that. But the thing is, people don't understand. They're not willing to listen. They've been so brainwashed by the media around them and the people around them that they think an average Joe or can never make it. It's only after you have gone through that process that you will understand that it can be done. And anybody can be financially secure.
But it takes hard work as well, right? I mean, after you took the courses, it's not that miraculously you could make money. You put in the hours, you put in the time, you worked hard, like getting, like being a surgeon, you have to go to medical school, law school, right? And a lot of people are not willing to put in the work. They want that miracle.
No,
money,
there's
right?
no miracle. There's no miracle. I'll tell you. But of course, you have to put in the hard work. You cannot be without hard work. If you don't put in the hard work, if you don't do those courses and invest your time and energy and mind into mastering it, then you'll not be successful. So the trading psychology that you teach is amazing. How to really follow the rules and and take the loss like a man sometimes.
Yeah.
So those are the things, the trading psychology, that really needs to be imprinted in your behavior as a trader. Otherwise, it's not easy to make money. It's not designed to make you money. It's designed to make some other
Yeah.
big players money.
Yeah.
So
The sad fact is that 90% of people lose money in the markets to the 10%, right?
yes,
And now it's great to be on the 10% side.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
I never thought I could be on that 10%. Honestly speaking, never thought. But wow, I mean, thank you, honestly, because a lot of people say, "Oh, well, why is Adam selling courses if he's so rich and all that?" So the thing is, you don't understand, because it is the satisfaction and the gratification you get when you teach somebody else a skill, and then that person becomes successful as well. Those
Yeah.
are some of the epitomes of a leader, a person, because of course, beyond a point, wealth becomes just a number. I mean, of course, you have millions and millions and millions lying in your account, but would another million make that big of a difference in your life? Not
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
It doesn't, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just another account in your a number in your bank account.
The sad thing is, it's come to a stage where money is quite meaningless to me now. Except it's just a way to play a game, right? It's a game to me, and the number is just like a game, the points in the game. But the money itself is meaningless to me, because once you make a certain amount, you can only wear certain number of clothes,
exactly,
so many meals a day,
Yeah. So it's just phenomenal. So thank you. As I said, this is not only generational wealth, but this is generational knowledge that you impart to someone. It's the greatest gift you can give somebody, honestly. It's not even the school education, to hell with it. It is this information. It is that makes a huge impact in somebody's life and how they're going to do it. So so blessed. Absolutely.
Thank you, man. Thank you. If you want to catch my latest videos, click on the subscribe button right now. Click on the bell so you get instant notifications once I upload my latest video. If you want to check out my online courses, go to piranhaprofits.com. We're going to learn how to invest and how to trade the financial markets and create an income from all around the world. If you want to join my live Wealth Academy program, go on to wealthacademyglobal.com and find out more about how you can learn investing and trading live online. This is Adam Khoo, and may the markets be with you.